right here what we're looking at is the lifeline, where my mouse is pointing on this particular finger. This is obviously the thumb. This is our Jupiter finger, Saturn finger, Apollo finger, Mercury finger. Something to note here is how the fingers seem to be detached from the palm. And yet, with the exception of the pinky or Mercury finger, these have pretty big lower zones, wouldn't you say? That they're fairly large compared to the middle zone, most certainly, and even the tops. These are pretty big and broad lower zones. However, we see a detachment from the actual palm. And what that says to me is we have someone who really is holding on to sort of the core value or core information of that particular finger and zone, the core information being where we start, the base instinct, the basic needs of that. Jupiter is about power, about leadership, vision. Sort of the lower zone might represent my turf, my stuff, representation of my power. The middle finger, Saturn, is about time and value and money. So our lower zone might talk about our basic needs being met, being safe in our homes, having a roof over our head, having food on the table. And also digging our hands in the dirt, to be honest with you. Saturn is a very earthy finger. And then over here in Apollo, we're talking about creativity. And when we look at that particular zone being big, it's like that basic need to create, to see and be seen, to be appreciated. When that's not being met, you can feel out of sorts and really irritated. Now, when we're not connected to this lowest, to the actual palm, it's as though we have a disconnect from what we think our basic needs are and making it happen. We're just disconnected from our needs. This person may even feel that their needs are unworthy, or that they're too elemental, or that they're just having a hard time making things happen. It could be in their head. They could be making it harder than it needs to be. I see that a little bit in the thumb, this erosion here in the middle part of the thumb. It's as though they simply do without a lot of planning ahead of time. Now, I also want to talk about this pinky, which is really disconnected, and this low zone of the pinky is missing. And in fact, the whole pinky or Mercury finger looks like it's falling off the edge of the hand, doesn't it? Kind of isolated and falling away. And this is definitely a very common thing that I see in the hands of people who are actually going through a sense of feeling isolated, feeling lonely, perhaps feeling even disconnected, even though they may be surrounded by people that they love, or be surrounded by people whether they love them or not. They may still be feeling isolated, like they're speaking Greek and everybody else is speaking Russian, and they can't figure out why they can't get their message across. This causes them some deep-seated pain, maybe even feeling a little blue or more depressed. What's the fix for this? It's their choice, but they can choose to start actually telling more of their story, being more involved. Now, the good news is it also shows me that they're highly independent. This separation between Mercury and Apollo shows me a great sense of independence. Independence is obviously great, right? It's just new things happen. We're not sticking to the status quo. But independence for independence sake often leads us to be lonely, disconnected. People don't understand what our cause is. And I feel certain that we've got some cause going on, because I do see a fairly lot of action, all the energy depleting here in the Mars zone. So that's a quick overview of what I can see in a hand in about 5 minutes. Without giving you a specific reading, I just wanted you to get an idea of what it looks like, what a handprint looks like. Obviously, when I have the actual in front of me and not the scan on the screen, it's a little bit cleaner for me to see. But I'd like to share this information with you. If you want more information about hand analysis, I am Peggie Arvidson, and my email address, you can reach me at handanalystpro@comcast.net. My website for more information is www.intuitiveevolution.com. Thank you.